often spend my evenings reading the Constitution of Australia. This is called the Constitution of Australia, and I can tell you what's not in it. When our founding fathers put the country together back in the late 1800s, the negotiations that went on regarding that with all of the states and territories, as well as New Zealand at that early stage, one of the things that they never thought to put into the Constitution was recognition of local government. And in Australia, we have 3 tiers of government: federal, state, and local. The form of government that you most have dealings with is probably your local council or your local government. Now, why is it that our founding fathers, in all their wisdom, when they wrote the Constitution of Australia, did not recognise local government in the Constitution? They only recognised state and federal, 2 levels of government. So if local government is not constitutional and not recognised by the Constitution, how come it exists? It exists by an act of Parliament. It literally only exists because it was legislated by state governments to exist. Councils should really only have 3 jobs: roads, rates, and rubbish. 3 things that should be under their purview. They should have nothing to do with building approvals and zoning and compliance of building codes to the construction of houses in their local government area, or LGA. It was never intended by the people in their wisdom back in the late 1800s and early 1900s that local government or councils would have anything to do with getting your house approved or helping to deal with the housing crisis that we currently have. And the reason for that is because local council is the most easily corrupted form of government, and they knew that back then, and I'll tell you why. The only power that local government has, or your council has, are the powers that they give themselves under the act or the legislation that was approved by state parliament. Local council unto itself, being not constitutional, has no law that they could enforce that would stand up if a good constitutional lawyer took it to court. And this has been tested many, many times. Local councils are a scam and a rort to take money from you for a lower level class of politician that has no interest in you but only serves themselves. Roads, rates and rubbish should be their only purview. Australia Day celebrations, culture wars, ideology, trans issues, all of that stuff, complete and utter bunkum, they should have nothing to do with. In fact, they shouldn't even exist to have an opinion about these things. The fact that they do in Australia, when we have had countless councils in Australia be done for corruption and rorting, is a fucking joke unto itself. Long ago, we should have realised by now that this lower tier level of government is so easily corrupted that it literally has no right to exist anymore.
Jing, jing, jing-a-ling, ling, ling for the money. It's all about the money.